We move on to this girl who was reminiscing about her childhood and doing a forward flip. She hits her face hard. We continue with this kid who was doing tricks on the ramp, but the one he tried didn't work out, and as we see on screen, he ends up breaking his back. We move on to this member of the LGBT community who wanted to surf but didn't gauge the beach well, so he ends up getting hurt. We continue with this chubby guy who didn't want to fall into the mud, so he tried to get through without getting dirty, but the weight of his stomach tilted him to one side, so he ends up covered in crap. We move on to this daughter of a bitch who was swinging like a child and overdid it, so she flips over and ends up taking a huge hit. We continue with the brother of the chubby guy who got stuck in the mud in the previous clip, who was trying to dive into the pool, but the idiot goes in with the ramp and all. We move on to this kid who confidently went headfirst without a helmet to take a dip, but the beach dries up and he ends up taking a hit. We continue with this idiot who was carefully going to get into the pool, but the joke is that he slips and falls like a papaya. We move on to this beautiful girl who was exercising, but she wasn't lucky, as the railing falls and she ends up all covered in crap. We move on to this guy who was going to go down the stairs with great style, but this overly boastful dude shows off the massive hit he took. We continue with this daughter of a bitch, who was very bored making TikTok, but didn't realize she was going to get hurt. This girl who went too far imagining a wall, so she didn't expect to get a smack on the head. This idiot who tried to impress us with a trick, and as we see, she seriously gets the hit of her life. And finally, I present to you this son of a bitch who was going to do a flip and walk on his hands. But I think after that massive hit he took, he won't feel like doing it anymore.